Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Venus and Ray. My name is Ray. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I hope everyone's doing well. So I went to go record one reading and it wasn't really sitting right with me. I don't know. So I decided to redo it. So this is that reading, the redo. And I was gonna do more of like a you versus them. But the first reading, the cards were already out, and I put them away, and I started to reshuffle, because I always pre-shuffle before I start the readings, okay? Because I like to meditate, I like to do my thing. And the same cards came out. Well, a couple of them did, It's just the person, like, your side, the collective side, was more easy for me to pick up on, but this other person's energy was really difficult. That's why I stopped doing it in the first place. But for your side, the same cards came out. So I was like, okay. So we're just going to go over those again. But they seem very specific, so please bear with me. This could be your story, this could not be your story. One side may resonate more with you than another side, but here we go. Let's just see what happens, I guess. So there's a very kind of feels like a spiritual connection a little bit, a very deep connection, okay, that you feel like you're spiritually drawn to, right? This person just feels deeper than most, okay? And it's like you look at this person and you look at this connection and you see all the value, you see all the beauty within their soul, right? And there's a lot of admiration here. It's like you see like the best sides of them, not in a toxic kind of like grungy ass way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see all the potential of what they could be or who they are. I don't even want to say what they could be, because that seems like really vain, I guess. But you see all their potential. Like you see this person's soul. You feel them on a deeper level. Maybe some of you guys don't even know why. Like, let's be real. It's one of those connections. And you see the light in this person or the light within this connection. They make your heart full. They make you happy. They teach you things, okay? It's very deeply rooted. This could go back other lifetimes, and that's why in this lifetime you have such a strong pull to them, right? They show you so much, they make you feel so much, good emotions and bad emotions, but you see the beauty within this connection. You see all the wonderful things about a particular person. And your mind is pretty made up, but I feel like this isn't a very pushy energy on your end. So what I'm feeling here is that with this person, like, yeah, like you would go for it, right? You would go for it. You would move into the future. There would be some kind of exchange, You're on board with having a friendship, with having a relationship, long term, short term. Even if it's like to fix certain things, to create harmony between you and this person, right? Doesn't matter. To reconnect is a better word or phrase for it, I guess. Like, you're very open to, like, a reconnection in whatever form that may come through. Because you've learned, you've grown, you've matured as a person. So that's kind of the thing. Like, energetically, you are where you need to be, or you're making your way there. Like, there's progress over here. There's nice crap going on over on your end. There's a lot of maturity, a lot of gaining of knowledge, learning things, learning what is like the correct thing to do and what is the wrong thing to do. Not because someone tells you that's the right or wrong thing to do, or not trying to be a people pleaser about it. It's just by your own standards, like, what's right and what's wrong in your own boundaries, in your own in your own space, right? So I like to see that. That's a good place to be. But you're looking at this person's light, right? You're seeing all like the beauty and the potential within them, and that's not a bad thing. And energetically, you are pretty set right now, because what I like about your side is that there's a lot of patience, okay? It doesn't show me you're being pushy. It doesn't show me as you being toxic, and it doesn't show me like you waiting around forever. You're actually at a very harmonious place as of right now, or this is what you're going into, right? You're at a pretty harmonious place. Like, it can happen, it doesn't have to happen. Either way, you're like, okay, it is what it is, and I will accept that destiny. I wish it was different, but okay. Now, the thing that you're kind of waiting for, or waiting on, is someone else to make the move, right? It's like, there's almost like a bell ringing. A trumpet being, being alarmed. There's some kind of calling in energy where it's like, even intuitively, you know that there's a certain, I don't know, it kind of feels a little bit like a portal or something, or it's like the right time to do something, to act on something. What was that? I don't know if my daughter just threw something across the floor, or... Yeah, it sounded like a door slamming, and like no one's up. There's only 2 other people here but me. So a door slamming could be a weird sign, okay? When we're talking about like the portal and things opening up, okay, so it's like, is time running out here? Is that what you feel like? Like something's dissipating, like the moment to reconnect is dissipating. Like, even some of you guys could even feel that, like, this psychic bond, or like even if it's feeling a little telepathic to you, there's something here where it almost feels like there's a dissipation, a disappearance, okay? It doesn't feel so connected, or like hope is running out, like your faith about the situation's running out, and you're almost at a standstill spot of being like, it is what it is. Really what you're kind of sitting on here is being open to something and going with the flow, and I like how it's coming off very correct, but this person needs to show up is the thing, right? This person needs to show up, because you're not going to make the first move. So either that was something that was learned, or it would be like inappropriate for you to take action. This person needs to take action. The person that you're thinking about or dealing with, they need to make the move. Like, it's their almost like responsibility to create this movement, this change, because it's like if they approach you, then the floodgates open, right? And then it can move forward, but you yourself aren't going to take that step. It could be out of stubbornness, but I do feel like it was something that was learned, like a self-control kind of thing. Anyways, so this person's energy, they're heartbroken. They're heartbroken. I asked why. And it almost feels like they have everything kind of backwards. It's almost like their viewpoint or the way they perceive something is quite backwards. Because when I laid out the cards, I actually read them from right to left. Which, you know, for the US, we don't do that. So it just felt backwards to me. And the connection itself appears twice on both sides. So it's interesting because it almost seems like this person was probably a little bit of a runner. And this is why they're heartbroken. So let me just get to it, right? So there was a beautiful connection presented to them, but they felt internally and externally that something wasn't like compatible with it. Someone could have had their guard up, someone could have been really fearful, had anxiety, was scared. It just wasn't going very smoothly. So maybe the way you and this person interacted with one another was not going very smooth, and that kind of was an issue where it was really hard to move things forward naturally, like the way that they were supposed to be. It had a lot of potential there, but it just kind of fell out because it almost looks like someone was so fearful, or it wasn't open and vulnerable. There was just something here that did not feel very smooth sailing for whatever reason. It could have been due to an exterior situation. It could have been an internal thing where someone did not work through their demons here, which made them unavailable, it feels like. So this is the way they perceive it. So because it wasn't moving smoothly, because things felt a little off, or they felt maybe like uncomfortable, this person did make a decision to at least try to walk away from the connection. But it was like really interesting though, because for a brief moment it became really positive. So I feel like everything was really funky. Like miscommunication, this this feeling of not being able to be vulnerable and expressive, and to not really jive with one another, the awkward, stiff kind of, yeah. But it was like at the last moment, it almost seemed like something opened up. Like things became really soft, really easy, really smooth. And then there was like an opening up of, okay, like this is me, like this is who I am, and I'll talk to you, and I feel comfortable. Like a comfortability at the last moment, okay? Like someone got really comfortable at the last moment. But it was almost like a moment too late, and then someone walked away. Like I feel like this person, the person on your mind, was maybe even closed off with you, or you were closed off with them in the beginning, in the middle, towards the end. I don't know, but it felt, that's the best word for it, is very closed off. And this person was leaning more towards like, ooh, like I'm gonna respond with that by the same response. You get what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, if you're feeling awkward around me, then that makes me awkward around you. You get what I'm saying? Vice versa kind of thing. But then there was this moment of this opening up and like being comfortable. And I don't know what happened there. Like what I don't know what happened, right? Because then it just felt like the connection got really strong, and then it just dissipated. It just disappeared all of a sudden. Like someone walked away from it for whatever reason. Okay. And this person, I just heard, feels really guilty, so I don't know if maybe it was like their response or something to do with them, but they feel guilty. And we actually have the King and Queen of Spears here. And that's grounded. Two people with a beautiful potential, a long-term potential. So I don't know what happened here. But yeah, they're heartbroken, and that's why when I asked. And they could be reminiscing about what happened between the two of you and trying to pick up or gain some kind of knowledge through that experience. So let's get into, I'm going to put these back. I'm actually going to ring my sound bowl. I bought a sound bowl the other day to kind of just clear that space, cleanse us out and make everything a little bit more harmonious. Alright, so if you have headphones in, I would lower your volume or take them out because this can be loud. If I do it right, okay, anyways. 3, 2, 1. That one was a little, See, like that one felt like it was a little harder to break through the energies there. So I want to get how this person is feeling about you, what their thoughts are towards you, and we'll just kind of take it from there. Okay, so I did just hear the words spiritually stuck. Not knowing what you're missing. It feels a little petty though, I'm not gonna lie. Not knowing what you're missing. Tried to create the space without you. I've tried to create the space without you. That could mean something. Or recreate the space without you. Trigger items. Okay, so let's get this person's perception of you. The person on your mind. Let's get their perception. I said perspective. What is this person's perspective? Thank you. Perception. Oh my god, if I say perspective one more time. Okay. Some of you guys could have actually moved on or have tried to move on. And this person kind of sees that a little bit. That's a little, it's a little sad. So this person, you guys could have gotten into a relationship, or even something more long-term, but you've committed yourself to something else. It could have even been a new job. Because when I say like you've committed yourself to something, it could be like a new job that requires you to travel, and maybe you're like not in the area anymore, or you guys wanted to go to school and moved. There could be distance here. I don't know where I keep getting that from, but or like training or something like that, to follow some kind of dream or passion of yours. But this feels like, and if it's not anything of that manner, you guys could have moved on or emotionally gotten to some commitment, started talking to someone else, even got married, I don't know. And this person feels really disappointed about that. But at the same time, there's something here where they are kind of keeping a little bit of tabs on you, because it's almost like they seen you do something to move on in some kind of way, and I almost feel like for a lot of you guys, this person may have even mimicked that. It's like, okay, well, if they're happy, and they're doing stuff with their life, like, I should be happy too, and I should move on in some way, shape, or form, But they're disappointed that things turned out the way they did, because it's like now between you two, they feel like it's an absolute desert. Like there's no emotion here anymore. Everything's all dried up. For some of you guys, this person could be really upset, like especially if you got into some kind of like a romantic situation and that's what you decided to commit your energy to. This person does feel, I just heard unspecial, but they feel like they missed out, like that you were their person, but they blew it a little bit, It's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing at that, because that is a painful thing. Yeah, 3 of Swords at the bottom again. That's the second time this has come out for them. Three of Swords, heartbroken because they wanted something really badly. And that makes sense then why you're waiting for someone else to come towards you, because, you know, if someone stays silent, then how are you gonna know? Alright, let's see what is in their emotions. Wow, the devil wanted to... Oh no, that was not the devil. That was a Three of Swords again. Oh, and this is a sad Three of Swords. This is a pretty painful Three of Swords. This is like being torn apart. You know? Not feeling confident, too. I always look at that, like, little glow in there, kind of lighting up that chakra. Oh my gosh. The same cards keep flying out. These are the same two. Disappointed, disappointed, disappointed. Because you committed yourself to something else. So I guess that could, well, obviously be going on in their feels. Let's see what the action they want to take towards you is. What is the actions that this person wants to take towards you? This is very slow moving. I always really like that approach. A lot of people don't in love readings, but I think it's a healthy approach. Let's talk about it for just a second. So the Page of Spheres, which more so reminds me of like the Knight of Pentacles, just because it's a guy on here. It's like a very slow-moving energy that can be frustrating at times. You know, it's like taking your time, getting the lay of the land, you know, feeling things out, making sure, you know, the land is, oh, what's the word? You know, fertile. Strange word. You know, yeah. But they're making sure that everything is healthy, right? That boundaries, nice healthy boundaries are put up, and taking things very slow. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. A lot of people get really frustrated with that energy because they're like, ooh, I want it to move so fast, but like, what are you in such a hurry for? You know, if you want something to be nice and healthy, it almost looks like this person wants to take their time to ensure that that happens, you know? Start a friendship first. Make sure there is proper communication there. Make sure both parties are comfortable before moving into anything, you know, sexual or romantic. Before you get any kind of passions or feelings stirred into the mix. It's like, well, can you guys get along? Are you compatible on a very mature friend aspect? And I do feel like that's a really healthy thing to do. Okay, so I like that about this person. Yeah, they might even have like some earth in their chart. You know, especially like in the moon. Well, the sun, moon, or Venus, I guess. You know, it's being appropriate. Alright, let's see what else is going on. I don't feel like you have heard from this person, though. I don't know why I'm feeling like they're kind of being a little shy at the moment. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. They're trying to get the oomph to come towards you. They're just trying to figure out how. Like, what's the best way to do that? And I honestly think it's what I just said. So, hey, you know, being slow and friendly and healthy. Because I feel like you and this person may have not, like, things are maybe even a little bit awkward, or just no communication in general. You know, you guys have been at some kind of a distance from one another. And it's been hard for this person. And the longer, you know, there's quiet, the more harder it is to return sometimes. Sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. Let's see what is up with this. Yeah, I do feel like they're trying, they just don't really know how, and that's why it's taking forever. You know, but they still do feel connected to you. They feel connected to you. Like something special, but they just don't know. I also think too, not that I think, I feel. I have to quit saying think. Because it doesn't matter what I think. But I feel. So this connection is really strong. I mean, we do have the Two of Cups here in their energy. Which shows me they do feel some kind of magnetic familiarity pull, you know, to you. And that it's quite deep. And it's quite special. But their problem is, because the way they want to approach this is very slow and steady and reliable and friendly, and they really genuinely want to try to be your friend first. But their passions, this person could be extremely passionate, or they do like to have their fun in the bedroom. I'm just going to put that out there. But they really don't want to do that with you. Which, see, I'm starting to, you know, like that. I am starting to like that. But like, I feel like this person's really fearful that it might go there, you know, because there is this beautiful connection, and I don't know if it's happened between you guys before, but it's going to take a lot of willpower for them not to make a move like that. They genuinely don't want to do that. They don't want to push it in that direction because it's like the flame can fizzle out kind of thing. You know, if you guys like hook up right away, you know, they really want to try to make something stable here first. So they're having a lot of self-control issues. And I feel like that's what's even making them fearful to approach you, because, I don't know, maybe even you can be passionate, right? And try to push that too. No offense. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But, they're trying to be extra careful and cautious because they don't want that to happen where that gets, you know, very exciting and, you know, you guys are talking and having a good time, and then boom, the, you know, the energy's there, and then things happen, you know, and go somewhere. Okay, they're trying to slow it down, and that's what they want to do. So I feel like that is hindering them coming forward at all, because they don't even know if you guys can just be friends or not. Yeah, oh my god. I definitely feel like you guys have known this person, and if you have not known this person already, then it feels like this has just been an experience that they've already went through with another person, you know, or this has been like a reoccurring thing for them. When they start liking someone, it gets really heated and passionate, and then it kind of fizzles out because then things become awkward, right? So, you know, that could have been something that was very reoccurring for them, and they genuinely like you, and they don't want to replay that, you know, they don't want to relive that experience with you. So, this person seems kind of mature. Okay, so where is this all going here? Let's just get that. Where is this going? What's going to manifest from this energy? What is going to manifest from this energy? I like that. Okay, I'm actually really happy that came out that way. So the first card that came out was the King of Swords, and I was like, oh no, because the King of Swords can be quite restrictive with their emotions. They can come off as really cold and not very vulnerable, but they do this for a good reason, you know. The King of Swords, he always has a bad rap, where they seem like very detached and isolated and don't really want to let you in, you know, want to keep you at a fair distance. They are beautiful communicators, though. They have gorgeous minds. Okay, so they could be an air sign. They could have air somewhere in their chart. Don't have to, but, or they could just be presenting this personality. But what I really like is the card that actually flipped that out the end right on top of the King of Swords was the King of Cups. So this person could honestly be changing up their approach with you. Okay, like then, because the King of Cups, well, he's like the total freaking opposite. He is so loving and warm and really lets you in. You know, it's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of like Cancer energy. Like the most out of all the water signs, you know, where everything just feels extremely homey and comfortable, right? And we were just talking about that comfortability. Okay, so I like that. So they might have to change up their approach with you. Oh my gosh. But behind the King of Swords, all right, if they do start icing you out, okay, I'm just going to put this out there. If they do start becoming a little cold and detached or not communicative and you're like, what the hell's going on? I will say this. This is what I was going to say, okay? The King of Swords, he gets a bad rap because he has to be cruel and mean and icy, right? Because they're very logical. They're always doing it for a good reason, okay? They're the ones who usually have to make that sacrifice because all the other kings won't do it. They won't do it, okay? They won't chop something out of their life. They won't say that cold, hard truth. So the reason why they would be really cold and icy to you is, well, we got the Devil and we got the Queen of Wands next to it. Again, that passionate, fiery, sexy little energy. This energy of someone being extremely fiery, right? Extremely attractive, and it doubles it, okay? The Queen of Wands is already sexy enough, okay? Doesn't matter male or female, but they are so magnetic and so attractive that you just want to, like, eat them up, right? Confident, beautiful, like, look at her. Okay, I had to make sure there was, like, no nipples on this card, or else my stuff would probably get flagged. I don't know how that works. But see how she's like engulfed in this passion and this fire, so confident and just standing out and just this beautiful essence, this beautiful being, right? Someone who's so damn attractive. And then the Devil's right next to her, so it like intensifies that attraction. And look how the Devil's, I actually really like the Devil card. Like the cutest little Devil card I've ever seen. It reminds me of like a black cat or something. But see how he's like, I don't know if you could see it. It doesn't look like but he's looking in her direction. And he's actually got like something in his hand here. But like eyes are wide, looking in her direction, totally in all black, has something in his hand, right? Like, I just feel like this is a lot of self-control. So if someone starts getting very, where it almost feels like they hate you and like they're a little bit detached, that's why. It's because they actually really want to sleep with you, but they're trying to be good. They're trying to be a King of Cups. But I do want to make sure this isn't two different individuals. Because the King of Swords had this Queen of Wands and the Devil kind of behind his back. I don't get like cheating or anything with this Devil. I'm just not feeling it. I really feel like this King of Swords may have treated you a certain way or treat other people a certain way, as, you know, having this cold demeanor to them, and, you know, it seems like they don't really care, or that they're like super quiet, or they're not paying attention to anything that you're saying, but really they're paying attention to everything that you're saying. Okay. That was a little too much. I don't think I'm going to take all those. Oh, we were talking about something you're already committed to, right? Ooh. I mean, it could be. For some of you guys, yeah, this could be like a third party, but this is between like two men, it feels like. Like a choice between two men. Doesn't have to be. Take it however you resonate with it, but there's some kind of like manifestation coming in here too. So Like, but it's weird because there's some kind of manifestation coming in here, but there's so much like passion behind it. You just have to be careful, you know. That's the best thing I want to say for that, because some of you guys, yeah, could be in a third party situation that might get a little difficult. Because it almost seems like there'd be one that's more. One, I don't want to say that you want a little more, but magnetically pulled to in a sexual way, right? Well, let's get some clarification on this King of Cups here. Yeah, what is your connection with that? Okay. See, no, I feel like it's the same. I feel like it's the same person. Okay, we're going back on to the original story. King of Swords, please. The fuck? Pardon my language. Yeah, so these two men here, or these two people, I shouldn't say men, could be anybody, but you have the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands, passionate communication, moving in that direction. Oof. Okay, what's your advice? What is your advice? You could be the man watching this too. Temperance. I like that. I like that. Harmonizing the situation. Kind of diluting it a little bit, you know, because there's so much passion and like lusty energy, but there's also emotions in here a little bit. But it's weird because it's more like the element of earth and the element of fire is like combining. And if something's, you know, I don't know, I just feel like that could get pretty hot and steamy. So there's a need to alchemize that where you can be friends, but, you know, maybe even like touchy or something. But I feel like there has to be a calming of passions in order for this to move forward. At least at first. Okay, guys, well, that was your reading. That was a really interesting one. Let me know how that turns out. But other than that, I will speak to you guys again very soon. And I'm thinking, don't hold me to it, but I am going to try this week, depending on what days I'm going to be home, because I don't have the kids and I want to go see my friends. But, a friend. I only have one. But I was like, zodiac sign reading. So I'm going to try this week to actually go ahead and do the zodiac sign readings, all 12 of them. Okay, we're gonna see how it goes. So until then, bye.